The back of the paper will tell you what grit it is. So this would be 50 grit. So first one. They are labeled on the front of the box. Make sure you check though, because a lot of people go to use the sandpaper and then they don't care and they just throw it back in whatever bin it goes in. Or whatever bin it doesn't go in. They don't really care. So make sure when you're putting sandpaper back, you're putting it back in the right bin. Also make sure when you're pulling a piece out, you look at the back to make sure that it's the correct number on the back. You'll always want a sanding block. It's just a little scrap of wood in there. Okay? That you can wrap the sandpaper around. And it's going to hold it nice and tight for you. Okay? It allows you to hold the sandpaper better. Especially when you get into some of the finer grits. Always put it in a clamp or a vise again. And you always sand now with the grain. The grain runs a long direction in your car. And I keep sanding nice and flat until I have all my saw marks and file marks and rasp marks out. Once I get my whole car sanded with 50 grit, I can move my way on to, Andrew? 80 grit. I'm only going to do one little area here so you can see how it works. Again, going with the grain, making sure to follow up and look to make sure I get all the scratches from the 50 grit out. If you do this appropriately, it's pretty quick to sand. Next one.
120.
120. You can just go to the box and review those if you want. Wrap it around. Next one.
150.
And again, working on it until you can't see any more of the 120 marks. And we're on to our last one. Doesn't say a number. What's the number on the side of the box there, Michaela? And that's about as smooth as you need to get it. Now, with the sandpaper, you're going to go to every single surface on your car. Yes, Jack?
Even the sides?
Yep.
And the bottom?
Yep. You're going to sand sides, bottom. Make sure to hit the back really well now. Okay? You're going to want to stay there with 50 for quite a while. All your grooves and stuff, if you have a curl inside like this, you can take it off of the block and you fit the sandpaper inside there. Okay? A little bit of extra work, But that's how you get down in there. If you have a corner or something that you need to get, you could just use your finger, holding it like this. And you can work your way into the corner. Okay? Questions? A good idea is to ask if you should move on before you switch. I get a lot of people that'll come to me at the end of the day today and say, oh, I'm done with sanding. And I'll say, no, you got a lot of work with 50 yet. And then they say, but I already did 240. You have to go all the way back to 50, do your work, and then go all the way back through to 240. So when you think you're done with 50, come and check. Okay? Go to work.